Music has influenced fashion for decades. Have you noticed? When certain celebrities wear different things, you will see stores carrying that item, and it creates a trend. Fashion's relationship with music has been going on for years. Wait, does he not have any pants on? Anyway, this happened before you and I were born. For example, in the 60s, artists such as the Beatles, Sonny and Cher contributed to the fashion trends of the time. Men wore the bowl cuts like the Beatles. They also wore bold patterns and bell-bottoms like Sonny. Women wore their hair long like Cher and wore eccentric printed outfits. Janis Joplin definitely had a major role in the whole hippie look. She had long shaggy hair. She wore large round-framed glasses, floral headbands, and loose-fitting clothes. On the other hand, you had artists like Tina Turner and the Supremes that redefined fashion for African American women. They wore wigs with lots of volume and elegantly cut dresses. African American men followed the trend of relaxed hair and tailored suits. It was started by artists like Chuck Berry and the Temptations. Even though the 70s was another decade when fashion was heavily influenced by music, the 80s definitely tops it in comparison. The 80s introduced new sounds that changed music altogether. The fashion trend changed significantly too. Bands such as Kiss, Mötley Crüe, and Bon Jovi introduced a new genre of music we now know as heavy metal. With their music came along the major trends: big hair, leather pants, crazy makeup, and outlandish outfits. Madonna and Cyndi Lauper were major fashion icons in the 80s. Everyone wore fingerless lace gloves like Madonna and had brightly colored hair like Cyndi Lauper. LL Cool J and Run DMC and Janet Jackson were also fashion icons of that decade. They made Kango hats, gold rope chains, and Adidas tracksuits very popular. Salt-N-Pepa made major waves with their crazy styles such as asymmetrical haircuts, bamboo earrings, and oversized printed leather jackets. Entering the 90s, style once again changed with music. With bands like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, and others started the grunge era. Their kind of music included heavily distorted electric guitars and angry lyrics. The themes of their songs addressed social alienation, confinement, and desire for freedom.
I never wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Yeah.
The artists of this time were known for their unkempt looks and rejection for theatrics. They wore flannel shirts, ripped jeans, and combat boots. Even though it wasn't meant to start a fashion movement, it took off almost immediately. Janet Jackson was still a heavily influential fashion icon. Women started wearing long thick braids and high-waist tights with decorated brassieres like her. Artists like Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac influenced fashion in the 90s as well. People living on the East Coast wore Timberland boots and Coogi like Biggie, while people on the West Coast wore bandanas, Chuck Taylors, and flannel shirts like Tupac and NWA. Just like most people, music influences my sense of fashion. I love all kinds of music. I love older artists and or bands such as the Beatles, Elton John, and the Rolling Stones. I also like artists from the late 80s and early 90s such as Billy Joel, Michael Jackson, Green Day, Mary J. Blige, and Aaliyah. I also like music from the present. Artists include Drake, Wiz, Khalifa, Lil Wayne, Rihanna, Bun, Maroon 5, and the list goes on. My taste in music definitely shows through my style. I mix all of the trends from each era into one. I wear the mod dresses of the 60s. I also wear free-flowing dresses and other hippie-style clothing like Janis Joplin. I wear the huge door knocker earrings of the 80s and used to have an asymmetrical cut. My favorite style era has to be the 90s because that's where most of my style inspiration comes from. I had the long Janet Jackson braids. I wear Coogee sweaters and also wear Timberland boots, even before it became popular recently. When you mix all of that together and add a piece of the present, you'll have my style. Just think about it. How has music influenced your sense of fashion? Take a look in your closet and see how many items were inspired by the artists you listen to. Did they inspire you a little or a lot? Either way, music will always have an enduring bond with fashion.